Welcome to Mike's apartment, where we review alcoholic beverages and have some laughs around the way. My name is Mike. With me is Thom. How's it going, Thom?
It's going pretty good. It's been a rough couple days, but otherwise, I mean, I can't really complain because stuff happens. But we can
Oh,
talk later about some of the details. But
yeah,
otherwise, it's
definitely.
pretty good. I'm looking forward to trying these new drinks that I've never had before. I mean,
So, what we're
you
trying
asked what I
tonight is
yes.
Beatbox, commonly found at both gas stations and liquor stores. Yes, yeah, go ahead and beat for give us a little beatbox.
I no, I can't. I refuse because I don't want to offend people who are really good at it.
Now, this one is Shaq's. So Shaquille O'Neal is a major investor in Beatbox. His favorite is the blueberry lemonade. Thom and I, though, are not going to start with this one. We actually both
No,
have
no.
three total each,
I
and
also have I also have the one that you have, but I got a couple others,
yeah,
so we're gonna finish with that, I think.
yep. So let's without further ado, let's get one open here, Thom. So
Okay, so what do you?
I'm gonna start with the fruit punch.
Okay, and I have hard tea.
Okay,
So
let's.
this sounds like it might be dangerous on a hot afternoon. They're only 11%, 11.1% alcohol, but
Only there's still way more alcoholic than a beer.
they're less than wine.
Let's cheers, Thom. Cheers.
Cheers. This smells kind of like a tea. What do you smell like?
Mm, like fruit punch, and it tastes like it too. Oh my!
That's like a sweet tea. This is gonna be really dangerous on a hot afternoon
Hell
if you have a
yeah!
case.
This is
When I
amazing. Wow, this is great.
when I
I really like that. I really like it, Thom.
when you went to pick them up, did they have like a 4 pack or because I well, they had four
I
packs, they had
didn't.
singles.
So in Missouri, where I went, they were in a gas station, and each one was individually placed, sort of similar to the Four Loco drinks, just individually placed. But Missouri is a little bit different than Minnesota, um, so I'm sure there's bound to be some differences
Yeah,
there.
I went to a liquor store to pick this up, but this I really do like a good sweet tea.
And I love this fruit punch. It's just like
Mm.
I'm a little kid. I'm in the cafeteria. I'm drinking this.
I'm I'm sitting on my back deck looking out over the lake with the movie theater and the condo removed, so I have a clear view. I mean, I can see the lake from my house, but and just enjoying. It's like a heat wave outside, and I'm just enjoying a good sweet tea out on the deck, just relaxing.
Well, one thing just to bring up really quick for everyone. Um, Around 90-ish% of the people who view these videos do not subscribe. If you'd like, no pressure. We would you would really appreciate it if you would subscribe, share, comment, like, whatever you want to do. Yeah, if you guys don't mind, this is what continues to allow us to make these shows. Um, but yeah, we're gonna continue on here.
Should we move to the next one? Do you think, or
Sure, let's move to the second one.
I really want to finish this. Holy crap, that's really good stuff.
Yeah, good thing that they're resealable. So yeah, so I have blue raspberry here.
I have cherry uh, lime limeade. I think it's limeade. I don't know. I
Limeade.
thought it was lemonade, but now that I'm looking at it more carefully,
Oh my!
I've had these in the fridge all day, so they have condensation on them now. It's hard to open,
All
but
right, well, cheers again, friend.
cheers. I don't really smell too much, but
Mm,
oh
oh,
wow.
really good. Yeah,
Yeah.
blue raspberry is amazing.
I will say, this is the judgmental part of me. when I like saw these, they're in cardboard boxes. I was like, that's kind of cheap, right?
Mhm.
It's like, but they're really good.
Yeah, yeah,
It's like,
I am surprised also. All right.
I don't. Did you have any thoughts about the cardboard or like the presentation or whatever? I kind of felt it could be better, but there's so many radical things out there. I think this really stands out. So maybe
I,
it was a good idea.
yeah, maybe it's like a economical choice.
Hmm.
I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
Well, however, though, as you said, you have a story. So before we open up Shaq's, if you want to see him, he's right there. There's Shaq. If you want to, his is the blueberry lemonade is his preferred flavor. However, he is a major investor, I believe, in all the beatboxes. But that said, while we'll wait one moment on having that, Tom, let's have your story. Let's hear what's going on
Okay.
here.
I'm gonna try to keep it shorter than I did before when I was first talking to you. So I have been having issues with my recording studio. It's a little digital thing and it has like 8 tracks on it. You can plug stuff into it and records what and has a drum machine. I'm not a drummer, but anyways, it wasn't turning on. And before that, it wouldn't record CDs, etc. So um, uh, you fast forward a few years, but maybe a week ago or so ago, I decided to order a new one and I upgraded it from an 8-track studio to a 16, which I'm not going to go into the details of what that means. If you're interested, you can ask us in the comments or you can Google it. But anyways, the new studio thing came yesterday, and I was having problems with my work computer, and I ended up crawling under my table, and I discovered the reason why my old recording studio wouldn't turn on. So
Oh
this
my.
is this is a power supply.
Yep, that's your
This cord plugs into the back of the studio. This thicker one plugs into the outlet on the wall, or
sure. Yep,
or
it's your AC.
surge
Yeah,
protector.
it's your AC.
Yeah.
Yeah, AC DC.
So when I crawled under my desk to look at troubleshooting things with my work computer yesterday, I found this was unplugged.
Okay. Definitely an issue. Can't get
That's
power to
why.
the laptop. Okay.
So there's that part of me was like, what the heck? What do you do for a living? Aren't you like a help desk guy? I was a DJ for a number of years and was really good at tracking down why like power wasn't working or sound wasn't getting to the speakers or whatever. And I missed that. So I'm kicking myself in the ass.
So
That said,
you're saying all these years you went without your studio
well,
simply
no,
because it was
it,
unplugged
it was a few months
a few months.
that it was on. Yeah,
Okay.
because I was able to turn it on after I moved into this place. I moved here in like 2023,
Mm.
and I'll be moving out by the end of the month here of August. But
Oh
I'm
wow.
getting a new place. But anyways, no, it would turn on before, but I couldn't record CDs, which was the only way I had to export the songs so I could put them up on YouTube.
Hmm.
So my only other recourse was to like make live videos of me playing just the guitar or whatever.
Hmm.
So so the only fix for that I think was to like wipe the hard drive, just do a hard reset, and I did not want to lose those songs. So fortunately, now I can just transfer the songs from my old studio to the new one, and then I haven't tested it out yet because I've been trying to finagle my new work computer, and it's been a bit of a struggle the last couple of days. But
Sure.
anyways, that's my story. So knock on wood, I'm gonna be hopefully recording some more music. Oh yeah. Um, but on my
All right, cool. Well, we are eagerly looking forward to that. Now, on that note,
the
let us
close.
get Let
Okay, I'm
us.
closing my old one. Just a second here.
It is time. It is time for Shaq. Everyone, put your seatbelts on. Put your seatbelts on. This is gonna be a little crazy here. We got Shaq, the power of Shaq, Shaquille O'Neal,
He's a
famed
big man, big personality.
big
I'm
heart.
hoping the drink is as
He
big as
has
he is. Yeah, oh yeah, he seems very
big
generous.
heart. Oh, and
Oh,
big wallet after supporting this. Just kidding.
yeah.
Cheers.
All right. Cheers. Oh, that smells berry. There's
Mm.
like berries.
Mm. Shaq picked the right one. This one's really good. Yeah, yeah. Blueberry lemonade. Hell yeah. Hells to the yeah, Shaq. I take back everything I ever thought badly about all those movies that you made that were
Terrible.
they're terrible. No, this is great. Wow. Mm. Mm. I can see how people can get
Right.
messed up on these drinks. They're so good.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think I might close this one up and then save it for last to finish.
All right. Yeah. Whatever you got to do, man. But how? All that said, though, we do have enough here for a rating. Now, Mike's apartment. The ratings are at the top is 5. 5 is the best. 5 is ambrosia, food of the gods. It doesn't get better than 5. 0. 0 is shit of the gods. It's nothing. It's the worst. All right, Tom. Where do you rate? If you had to give an aggregate of the 3 drinks we just had, where would you put it?
That's a hard one. You know what? Let's. I think they were all really good. Way above average. I think from compared to some of the other stuff we've had. Uh, I think I might go with the 4.2.
Wow. Okay, 4.2.
Uh, I was thinking about saying a 4, but I think I like them all enough that I mean they're not quite ambrosia. I mean I'm not like sitting here like oh my gosh where have you been all my life whatever. But at the same time I'm like what I went back to the hard tea here. I was like I just can imagine myself out just looking over the lake with the sunset and all the cool like orange and reds and whatever reflecting off the lake and all that just a peaceful moment it's just so I think a 4.2 I think would be good. I mean I can't think of anything bad to say about the drinks.
All right, so Tom is going 4.2. I am going to go a little lower, as I always do. I'm going to say 3.75. It is definitely way above average. These are definitely above average drinks to me. However, I don't feel they quite meet 4. So I'm going to say 3.75. Again, as Tom just described, I could definitely see myself in some kind of setting, just kicking these back, enjoying the hell out of them. Many settings, actually. But,
Mm.
so yeah, 3.75 for me. So, again,
And that's why you're going to be on Michael Jordan's team in the Michael Jordan versus Shaq with you and me.
maybe. We'll see if it ever comes down to that. But yeah. So
That would be
long
funny if
story
that
short,
happened.
yeah. So long story short, if you were just here for the review, this is the review. If you want to log off now, that's completely fine because now going forward,
Like, subscribe, and hit the reminder thing
yeah,
though, or comment, or dislike, whatever. Just
yeah,
let us know.
anything at this point. All right, so we're gonna continue on into a deeper field. Baldur's Gate 3.
Hells yeah!
The very most popular game in 2023 when it was released. And it was popular, and it still continues to be popular for many reasons. Um, all right, Tom, why don't you tell us all about your experience with Baldur's Gate 3 and what it whatever opinions you have, thoughts, theories, whatever.
Um, so uh, I liked it because it was a little easier for me to understand like the mechanics of how the game worked because a lot of it is based on Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, which I've played a bit of that. So so I kind of understood what was going on when you were like in combat or whatever. Another one of the other things I kind of like about it is the replayability. So I've played through it. I think I've gotten through it twice. I had another game where I got stuck because of a glitch that I ended up losing an item that I needed to progress the story, and it just disappeared from my inventory. But I mean that stuff happens. So I'm probably just going to start that one over. But it's a lot of fun because you have you can play uh, different races. Like you have like humans, you have elves, dragonborn, all sorts of different races. You have different classes like fighter, cleric, mage, and then they have subclasses for that where you can specialize in something. Um, you also have um characters that can join your party that you meet throughout the game, and they add different story elements. And so there's just so much to explore, and you can decide to you can play as a good character, you can play as a neutral character who doesn't care one way or another, and you can take quests or whatever based on that. You can play an evil character and even persuade the story characters that join your party to go one way or another. And it's not it's not guaranteed that you'll be successful in persuading them to do something because you have to roll a die, based on your persuasion, or you have a skill called, say, like persuasion, and if you want to convince your other character who doesn't want your party member or whatever story character to do something they don't want to do, you have to roll that dice or die to see if you can convince them to change their mind. So it can, and I remember one time I failed miserably in one situation, and the character turned on me. Liazel, for anybody who is familiar with the game, she wanted an artifact that we had to be turned over to her race, the Githyank. And I said no, and I was like trying to convince her, whatever. I failed, and she turned on us, and we ended up having to fight her, and I lost her from my party because she died, and I couldn't resurrect her. So it's there. Mike, you asked me a big question. There's so many more things to say. There's just so many possibilities, I think, and it's fun to go through one game doing it one way, and then maybe try it a different way and explore it that way. Um, and then you can also play with friends. It's not just you and NPC characters or non-player characters. Like the
Sure,
AI run.
sure. It's cross play across both console and PC. You can actually play with your friends.
Or for me,
Though,
it's my kids. But
yeah, yeah. For you, it's your kids. Long story short, though, I'll go back to that a little bit. The replayability of BG3 is so high because every problem or issue in the game has multiple solutions and different rewards for doing things different ways. And there's so many of them. It's just like even if you want to like sit there and like try to game the system, you're not really gaming anyone besides yourself because
hmm
you have so many choices. And that's the other thing. And the other thing is like why was Baldur's Gate 3 so popular? Why are other AAA, game makers threatened? Why are they threatened by
hmm
Larian Studios and, Larian Studios who made, Baldur's Gate 3? Why are they threatened by them? Well, because you know what? Number one, there's no DLCs. There's no microtransactions. There's nothing. There's no battle pass system. There's no whatever. When you buy the game, you get the whole game, and that's it. There's nothing.
And all the updates.
And all the updates, yeah, for free. There is no you play the game and you got to keep paying bullshit for it. No. And so, and then you know what else? They wanted a Baldur's Gate 4, and Larian Studios said no because they could see the greed that Wizards of the Coast had, you know, because
I was gonna
they
say,
own the IP, they own the IP,
mhm.
and it's just like they
Yeah,
said no because of the greed and because they don't want to be part of. They're not gonna sit there and make a bunch of like DLCs and add-ons and oh, you could buy the little suit for your guy and blah blah blah. You
you
know,
know,
it's all
I
bullshit.
will I will say my only disappointment, unless if they pre-planned to have releases for this. Solarian Studios isn't involved anymore with producing updates for
No,
Baldur's Gate 3.
they're done now. Yep, they're
So,
finished.
me as a person who's played Dungeons and Dragons, always aspired to get to that level 20. Well, in the game, the max level is 12. And I there's that old part of me that, growing up playing D&D, well, I didn't grow up playing D&D, but I started in like the early 2000s. And yeah, I would love to. I think it would be fun to get a character to that level 20 mark. What was that? I There was another D&D game, video game, Icewind Dale. Was that the game or?
That was a game. It was also a series of books. I mean,
Yeah,
I
but I
didn't get
I
into it.
think that one if it's the game that I'm thinking of, it was kind of the same thing, D&D, except it was kind of like I think it was an overhead kind of heads down whatever view of the map, and you can run around. But you could have somebody set up. They had the story, whatever, but you could also have somebody set up as the dungeon master, the DM, and then everybody else in the game was the player characters, and you could network and play like that, and that I tried that a couple times with some friends, and that was fun. But I mean, that might be kind of an an, an interesting thing
Well, let's
for BG3, but I don't see how that would work necessarily for BG3.
moving back to BG3. What other games have you ever played where they had a backstory, a moral arc, a romantic path, and then multiple endings for every character? And I'm talking about, obviously,
Some happy endings.
yeah, Shadowheart, Asterion, Karlach, Will. Um, geez, I can't even think of any of the rest of them. You know what I'm saying, though. Like, what other game really gives you like that level of everything? I mean, really, if you want it. Gale. I mean,
Yeah.
what do you think, Tom? Like, what other games gives you all of those things for each of the main characters?
You know, I was gonna say Jedi Survivor has some good story stuff in it, but I haven't played it. I bought it for my kids and I've watched them play it. But that I mean, they have interaction with like the other characters or whatever, but it's
Hmm.
not the level of Baldur's Gate 3.
Sure.
And I'm not a big gamer, so I guess I mean, but most games nowadays are like Apex Legends or Fortnite, where it's just PvP. You just kind of go in and you get some kills. You have some people in the chat and you throw shit at each other and whatever. And
Sure.
for me personally, I'm not aware of any games that offer that level of content
Sure.
and it's been out for what 2 years now, and maybe nobody's copied it because that takes a lot of freaking work to put a
Well,
game like that
that
out
was
with
that was
that
the
much
thing.
content.
That was the thing. The other AAA game producing studios at the time, they were threatened. They were threatened because they felt they could not produce a game of that quality and for just the price. Just pay $60 for the game and it's yours. I mean, yeah, that put a lot of AAA studios on notice because they didn't want to. They didn't want to do that, right? I mean, and they maybe,
Yeah.
and in a way, maybe they can't do that. I mean, I don't know for sure, but yeah. So all right. Anyways, I think we're doing really good for tonight. I would say. So Tom,
So
oh,
okay, go
go
ahead.
ahead. I was just gonna say, any. I think we should begin our wrap up period here. Is there anything else you want to talk about, or anything else you wanted to?
Yeah, I had pulled up my phone suggests articles to me sometimes, and
Sure.
they had suggested a one on Baldur's Gate 3 that I pulled it up, but I wasn't able to read it yet. Uh, but basically, it was like, who is your I think it was who is your favorite story character and why. And I think the article kind of went into like some of the fan favorites, but who do you think you would say is your favorite character and why?
Shadowheart, and because I mean, honestly, 2023, she was my only girlfriend. I mean, I have a real life like live flesh and blood girlfriend now. But 2023 with Shadowheart, hell yeah, best girlfriend ever. Both Shadowheart has a dark history. She has a dark things going on, but at the same time, she's so supportive of you. Like everything that you do, she's on board with it, and she's there for you. So yeah, I would say for myself, yeah, Shadowheart, definitely my video game girlfriend, if I were to have such a thing.
Yeah. I have to say, it warms my heart whenever I do something in Baldur's Gate 3 and it says Shadowheart approves.
Yeah,
Uh,
she's every nerd's video game girlfriend, I guess. I don't know, but
yeah. For me, I can't say anything bad about any of the NPCs that I've had in my party, but uh, I think my favorite is Karlach
Carlac.
because so my first game I got stuck at the end of Act One on the final boss battle for another stupid reason, which I went back and fixed when I figured it out. But my next run through, I had Karlach in my party, and she freaking carried. It's like we were in any kind of combat. It's like she would murder like the boss or the big bad or whatever in like 2 rounds. She had like 3 or 4 attacks and extra things she could do, and I was I was very depressed when I went through the game with my kids because they murdered everybody at the Druid Grove.
Mm.
And then when we found Karlach, she said, "You murdered everybody at the Druid Grove. I hate you," and we had to fight her.
Uh oh.
So I helped kill Karlach.
Oh.
R.I.P. Karlach.
all, all right. All right. So we'll just say we'll say our thing again. All right. So 90% of our viewers do not subscribe. If you'd like to, please subscribe, like, comment, share, do your thing. And the end of everything I have to say for this episode. Thom, any thoughts? Anything you want to say? Or
If something doesn't turn on, check the power cord.
always good
It,
advice.
it might save you $500 or
Always,
whatever I spent. I don't know what it was.
always good advice. All right. On that note, have a great night. We'll talk to you later. Thank you,
All
everyone.
right. See you next time.